Let's do a firmware update in a LumenDimM4. So this is a Series 3 harmonized design device. All of them that are this form factor with a row of connectors on one side and buttons and LEDs on this side. The process is the same for all of them. Most notably the LumenDimM2, same size and shape but with 2 fewer channels, so it's only A and B instead of A, B, C, D. But everything else over here is the same, and most importantly, the data jack on the back here is the same. So that's where we're going to plug in our code loader cable. This is a code loader cable. So this is the USB end that will go in your computer. This is the 3.5-inch mini plug-in that will go in the device. And on your computer, when you plug this in, it's Windows software. Don't have a Mac version at this time. The Windows software through Windows Update will find the correct drivers and it will appear as a COM port. When you get into the software, the easiest way to deal with COM ports is to just have one connected. If you've got other COM devices, unplug them for now. Leave this one plugged in. You don't have to fiddle figuring out which is which. So let's plug in our COM port. This is going to my computer. And now we have to know about how to invoke the code loader function in this device so that it's ready to receive data from the computer. We do that by holding the func and applying power. So here's my power cord. I'm going to show you this first and just let it time out so you can see how it works. I push the button and then apply power. So when we do that, for just a few seconds, the COP LED comes on solid. You get 5 seconds, and then the device goes back to a normal startup. So that 5-second period is when we want to invoke the process from the computer. So let's go over this. Code loader is plugged into the device. At the other end, it's plugged into my computer, and we'll go over there. Here's my icon to run the code loader software. We'll click that and run the program. Now we need to pick the correct file for the device. Always be sure to pick the correct file. This is a LumenDimM4. That's our file. As I mentioned earlier, let's just have one COM port. That gets really easy, and that's what I've done. So I have COM4 in this case. And now when I push update, that process is going to begin. So let's go back to the device. We're going to enable the COM port and get to the computer within that 5 seconds. So here we go. Push the button, apply the power, see that it's green, and push update. And all the new code for a new firmware version with new features, whatever the reason for the update, goes in there quite quickly. There, that's all done, and the device restarts. Now, I always recommend, and please don't leave this step out, do a factory reset, factory restore defaults after you've done an update. The main reason for this is sometimes a new version of software saves and stores settings and parameters in a different manner than a previous version did, so you've got what ends up to be basically useless or erroneous data saved in memory that the new version has no use for. So let's just go in and erase all of that. We hold down func, tap set A, and when you get it right, those 3 LEDs blink together. You'll see there's a quick video that shows you that elsewhere if you need to just review how to do a restore defaults. So that's the whole thing. We've completely updated LumenDimM4. You can see it's easy, it takes very little time. It's also important to remember when you're doing an update like this, you should not have your LumenDim transmitter powered on. If the RF section of this device is linked to a transmitter, the firmware updating process is not going to work. Best thing, just turn it off, have your device separated from any functional system. This is the process of firmware updating. You're not trying to run a show at the same time. Do the updates and then go back to running your system. Nice and simple. Have the blue light not on, which tells you you're not connected, and then go ahead and do this process.